Hi YouTube, this is OsoX for ZeroZeroXVids.com on YouTube, Facebook and TikTok at OsoXVids and on Instagram at Quantic Films. On today's video we'll be playing the game Grid Legends on the Sentry Plus computer. This video is a VR 360 video, can move the camera all around the Quantic Films studio here. Also, do you recognize that Funko Pop over there? Let me know. Alright, so I'll be telling you a little story when I went to school as well while we start the game. Alright, so we're gonna, this game is actually pretty good. Grid Legends has Formula E, that's good. That's the first time I see that in a PC game that's a AAA title. It has a electric car series. You can play with, for example, the Lotus Evija, that's a electric hypercar by Lotus, and you can race a all electric race, as well as play with Formula E, but they changed a few things there, so there's no copyright infringement or stuff like that, but it's Formula E basically. And we can do that at the Red Bull track, so let's do that. Alright, so I went to a school in New York City at the New York Film Academy in 2003. So while I was there, we were there a few weeks, and then I was shooting one of my student films, like around 4 p.m. New York City, and then the blackout of 2003 happened. So the lights went down, the electricity went down, and then people started going out of the metro stations and the metro downstairs to the street. That was a really weird event. That's how we figure out the electricity went out, because the metro stopped working. Now, it wasn't a disaster like it wasn't a disaster like September 11 or the blackout, not the blackouts, but rather the riots, historic riots of New York. Otherwise, I wouldn't be even talking about it right now. I'll be a little more sensitive about it. So let me tell you what happened. So electricity went down. After school, we went home because we couldn't do much because we were using computers to edit these videos. So we couldn't do it at school, so they let us have a few days off until the lights went back on. We went home, we grabbed a radio, a Kodi radio, battery operated, to keep track of what's happening. We checked what's happening around the city. And then we realized there was no danger, there were no riots, there were no spikes in crime, there were no fatalities. And that's how the whole blackout went out. There were 0 casualties, no deaths due to the blackouts, not even medical deaths, like older citizens in hospitals running out of air or ventilators malfunctioning. None of that happened. There were no riots whatsoever, and there was no spikes in crime. There were no fatalities due to crime. Matter of fact, crime was very low during those 3 days. So the city pulled itself together, and they gave a good example to the whole people of the country that it was really fascinating to find out that nothing bad was happening. We went out, we got some food from street vendors. Some people were giving away water for people to keep hydrated. This was during the hot season, so it was hot back then. We decided to go at night. We went to the middle of the city to visit some of the landmarks of New York with the lights out. It was spectacular. You could see the sky, you could see the stars. And then people wasn't, at least the people we met, many of them students at the New York Film Academy from around the world, they weren't worried or preoccupied or afraid of what might happen. It was kind of everyone was just happy and got together on top of the buildings. People started drinking. The bars the restaurants and business had to close, but people started having meetings, parties on top of the buildings to drink wine and stuff. People started to visit the landmarks, like I told you, like the middle of the city, Madison Square Garden, all that stuff. And then we see reporters in the streets. We filmed the whole thing. We documented it. I was glad I brought my camera with me, but it was more of an experience. Also, we noticed that there was lots of people all out in the street, more than usual. Everybody was crowding the streets with people. Everybody's going outside and doing their part by keeping the crime down and the incidents down. There was absolutely nothing. We weren't like on top of the situation. The whole time we were listening to the radio. We took the radio with us everywhere we went. And then on the third day, we were invited to a party. I had a friend from India at New York Film Academy. He contacted some of his Indian American friends, and they invited us to a party in the middle of the blackout. We were like, how's this gonna work if there's no electricity? We went there, they had a generator, the lights were down, it was all candle lit, with candles everywhere, and we had live music, DJs, everything with Punjabi music. We were dancing, and in the middle of the party, the power went back on. So all the lights went on, and we all cheered, and it was awesome. It was great. It was a good memory to have, to see New York in the middle of blackout, doing the right thing and giving us a good example, you know? Like all the international students were fascinated with the city already, and this added to it. All right, so that was New York. That was Grid Legends with electric Formula E cars. Don't forget to check my website at ZeroZeroXVids.com, ZeroZeroXVids.com, or ZeroZeroX.com, where you can find all my social media as well as in the bottom of the screen. Don't forget I have an albumscape out now already on YouTube with all the music videos, Spotify and iTunes, and I'm coming out with a new album called Dos. I have a few singles out there as well that are on none of those albums. Alright? So don't forget to sign up for the giveaways. I'm gonna leave free download codes in the description below, as well as giveaway information. Thank you for watching, and as always, peace!